up, book besties? I am Nadia from Nadia's Bookish World. Welcome to another episode. Today's episode, I'm going to be talking about my favorite books in the month of February. I really hope this video works because this is like the third time I have tried to record it. So you all are in the struggle with me, you're in the joy with me, you're in the struggle with me. So let's get right into it. The first book that I thoroughly enjoyed in the month of February is Juniper Hill. Juniper Hill is by Devoney Perry, so it's the second book in the Eden series, and it follows Knox and Memphis. And I've seen this book all over, and also this series all over Instagram and all over TikTok, but I purely read it because of Larissa from Larry Reads, and also QB Tyler was raving about this series. So, this series, it is obviously small town romance, and you have Memphis, who is a single mom to an 2-month-old. And so she moves to the small town for a new job, and she is gonna make it as a single mom. And you have Knox, who is her landlord and the ultimate grump. So you have close proximity, you have grumpy sunshine, you have single parent trope. I mean, come on, no brainer. Like, amazing. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. These two, Memphis and Knox, are so funny together. Because like I said, she has this kid, she has a 2-month-old, and her kid is screaming in the middle of the night. And Knox is not getting the rest that he needs, so he keeps waking up. And he knocks on the door and attempts to help Memphis with her child. Aww. So these two are just in close proximity. He is the chef at the inn that she works at, which is also owned by the family, the Eden family. And I just adored this book so much. You get the small town romance, you get the banter, you get the town taking care of their own. I love it. Devoney Perry did an amazing job. I wasn't a huge fan of the first book in the series, but this book, loved it so much. I am obsessed with it. Absolutely obsessed with it. So 5 out of 5 stars. The second book is When Oceans Rise. This is a new book by Robin Alvarez, and this comes out May 23rd. And this is a mythological fantasy book, a Filipino mythological fantasy book, where you have teenage Malaya, who is cursed by her. She has a family curse on her. Basically, all the women in the family, their first love somehow dies. So the first man that they fall in love with, something happens to them and he dies. So she thinks that she's going to evade this family curse. Not so much. She finds herself in a difficult relationship, and she needs the help from the outside world to help her with this curse that she is under. I enjoyed it. If you enjoy fantasy, if you enjoy mythology, definitely check this out. This book was so cute. It was a little bit dark, but the illustration, the cover is gorgeous. So I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I think that you would really like it if you like that sort of thing. But put it on your TBR. It comes out May 23rd, and this is her debut novel. So When Oceans Rise. The third book is, I love this series so far. So this is the Sutton series by Evelyn Zola. And the first book is Downfall. So the first book is a workplace romance between Summer and Max. So Max is a billionaire, and he's working for this company, his family company, and he meets and falls in love with Summer. So Summer is this girl that just kind of takes him by surprise. He is the absolute workaholic. He's a little bit of a grump, And of course, in the business, they have a no fraternization rule, but that does not stop him. They are attracted to each other, and this book, oh my gosh, the banter, the way that the romance between them interacts. I loved it so much. This is not only an interracial romance, but this is a billionaire romance. Evelyn Sola writes billionaire romances so effortlessly, and so this is book 1 in the Sutton series, and check it out. I believe it's available on KU. So if you like workplace romance, interracial romance, maybe a bit of a taboo romance, because this is a workplace romance and he is her boss, and so they're not really supposed to be involved, but they are. It happens. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars, so go ahead and check that out. And then let's go to book 2 in the series, which is my favorite. So this is Defeat, and this follows Delaney and David. So David is Max's brother, and Delaney is Summer's best friend, and then David is Max's brother. And so, the beginning of the story, you have a runaway bride. And so, that got me. When I read the first chapter, immediately it pulled me in. So, Delaney was engaged to this guy on her wedding day. She runs away. And who is driving the getaway car? None other than Summer and Max. And they said, sure, we're going to go on vacation, but you can stay at my brother's house. Didn't get the brother's permission. So the brother, aka David, comes home and finds this attractive stranger in his bed. You guys, close proximity, friends to lovers. It's insane. This book, absolute grumpy sunshine, like the first one, because you have these 2 billionaires who are working very hard for their family business, and they have had some heartbreak. They're completely immersed in their work, and so David is trying to work out some things in his past. He's the ultimate bachelor and workaholic, and so he's not really even interested or looking for a relationship, and he's kind of annoyed that Delaney is there, but he's not going to turn her away because of his loyalty to his brother and his future sister-in-law. So the 2 of them, you have a crazy family. Delaney's family is insane. You have a crazy ex-fiance in Delaney's ex-fiance. You have the friendship between Summer and Delaney. I loved so much. You very rarely get to see a true friendship between 2 females in a book, and this was one of the friendships that I absolutely adored. Even though they're absolute grumps, you see the brotherhood between David and Max, and it's so good to see. And the loyalty, the romance in this is absolutely incredible. It's great. Just go check it out. It comes out March 3rd. Put it on your TBR. Go ahead and grab it. Let me know once you've read it, if what you enjoy, what parts of the book that you love, because I was reading this book and I was just highlighting and making notes, and I love it so much. I love it so much. So that is Defeat by Evelyn Sola. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. Perfection. Absolute perfection. The next book in February that I read was Mr. Right Next Door. So, anyone who knows me knows that I love Naima Simone. I love Naima Simone. She can do no wrong. She can do no wrong. And she is definitely one of my favorite authors. And Mr. Right Next Door is book 4 in the Rose Bend series. And so my introduction to Naima was book 1 in the Rose Bend series, which is The Road to Rose Bend. And this book, Mr. Right Next Door, follows Isaac and Jenna. Sorry, I have notes because I don't remember characters. It follows Jenna and Isaac, and Jenna is mentioned in previous books. So once you read the series, all of the characters are interconnected, and you meet Jenna, and she is sort of like the town mean girl. She is the daughter of the mayor, will go out of her way to be mean and snide, and so you kind of just like, you get what you get. But in this book, she really has a story of her own, and you get to see the reputation that she has is not how she really is. She has some deep family secrets. She has some hurts that she is trying to deal with. And then she meets her new next door neighbor, none other than Isaac, who is a former athlete and also the new coach at the high school. And of course, he's annoyed with her because he thinks that she is like a rude, pampered princess. And she's annoyed with him because she just kind of thinks that, oh, my family wouldn't approve of him, right? So these two meet, they interact, they are attracted to each other, and what happens next? Check out Mr. Right Next Door by Naima Simone. I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. I really enjoyed it. Like I said, Naima can do no wrong. And the Rosebud series is that small town romance where you have a collection of all sorts of people from everywhere just sort of coming through the town. And there's a real family foundation and a loyal ground point, and love it. Absolutely love it. The next book is one of my favorites. This is Then Came You by Dylan Allen. And so this is a re-release that just came out, and Dylan is an incredible writer, and this follows Simon and Addie. And this takes place in London, and it's a workplace romance, and you have Addie, who is absolutely against falling in love. She feels like, don't fall in love, that is foolish, like why would you do that, you only get hurt. And you have Simon. She was dead set against love until she met Simon, and Simon is this gorgeous, beautiful architect, and he really changes her mind on what love could be. And oh my gosh, I love them so much. Like the opening scene where they interact with each other and he's helping her get from one place to another. Swoon. You have to pick up this book, check it out. Simon and Addie are two individuals who they have their history of hurts and sort of dark histories, but they are both trying to figure out, is it possible to love even though we've been hurt, even though the situation may not look like something that we are used to. So Then Came You is a surprise love story. It is workplace romance. It is set in London. I love this book so much. I am obsessed with Dylan's writing and obsessed with love stories. And when a love story can have a happily ever after and you see the process of the characters falling in love, sign me up. Sign me up. So go check that out. The covers are absolutely gorgeous and beautiful. The last book is, I literally read this book because not only did I see it all over Instagram and all over TikTok, but Larry from Larry Reads was raving about this series, was raving about Lauren Asher. I had never read a Lauren Asher book before, and I actually started with the Dirty Air series. I read Collided, and then I had to switch to the Dreamland Billionaire series because I love a good billionaire love story. And so the fine print follows Rowan Kane and Zara. You guys, I love this book. I know I've said this, I sound like a broken record. It's fine. I love all these books. All these books that I'm talking about, I absolutely adore. I would not steer you wrong. This was an absolute 5 out of 5 for me. And so Rowan, at the beginning of the fine print, he gets a letter that is from his deceased grandfather. And in his will, each of the brothers have a task that they have to complete. And so Rowan's task is to basically be the head of the theme park, the family theme park. And so you have you have Rowan, who is the absolute alpha male, possessive and grump, and then you have Zara, who is not used to being someone being rude to her, right? She's going to speak her mind. She doesn't care who you are, what position you hold. And she sort of challenges Rowan, and Rowan is not used to that and really doesn't appreciate it and thinks that she is brash and thinks that she is, way out of her league. Like, who are you to talk to me like this, right? But their interaction, guys, oh my gosh, I love it so much. Love it so much. The way that they interact, the way that Zara is able to be an influence on Rowan. And, there's a lot of weight that comes with being in a billionaire family, having the weight of the world on your shoulders and having this family responsibility. And so Rowan is very straight-laced, and Zara is very, working class family who, she has to literally work for everything that she has. And when these two worlds collide, this is book one in the fine print. I cannot wait to meet the other brothers, Declan and Cal. And, oh my gosh, so far I love Rowan. So far I am a Rowan fan. I'm obsessed. You can't tell me anything else. So if you have read Lauren Asher before, let me know your favorite books by her. Let me know who your favorite Kane brother is, and let's discuss. And also, if you want me to do a video on my favorite authors, I'm more than happy to. I am more than happy to talk about my favorite authors and their work anytime. So that is today's episode. Thank you so much for joining me. Tell a friend to come have a seat at the table, and we discuss books and coffee and movies and all kinds of other things. This is Nadia's Bookish World. I love you, besties. Thank you so, so much. If you have not already subscribed, click the link below and subscribe, and tell a friend. Tell a friend that this is a bookish world. This is a bookish environment, and we are talking all things books. So thank you. Have a good day. Bye.